Hi, friends. Welcome to Race to Rise podcast, a place where we discuss bite sized wisdom nuggets with easy to follow practices to live a better life. I am your host, Mithal Patel, a parenting junkie, Ayurveda enthusiast, and an advocate of conscious living. Who feels me when I say 2020 and 2021 has been a wake-up call for us parents due to pandemic parenting? Yeah? I mean, so many things have been uncertain, and anything but parenting, as usual, has been the hardest leadership challenging role has been. Once I heard someone say, life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. Rather, it's about learning to dance in the rain. And to be honest, I couldn't agree more. And that's why I wanted to share 3 of the parenting truths I have learned in my almost 12 years of parenthood. So without taking a further ado, let's look into 3 parenting truths. Truth number one, kids deserve respect. Yes, this goes for all human beings. Everyone, whether little human beings, adults, everyone deserves to be respected without bringing the stories in between, right? And when we respect others, it teaches us that everyone involved everyone, whoever's involved in the conversation, in the scenarios, they've been involved to take the responsibility of their own thoughts and actions. So when you respect each other, this is what comes out. Everyone learns to take their responsibility of their own thoughts and actions. So respect is like a foundation. Especially in parenting, respect is foundation because most of the time we forget that our kids are also human beings. We think we are the owners. We get into this whole taskmaster and, we think that we're dictators. And we get into this whole I am the parent. I make the decisions. I am the bread earner or whatever. I am the one who's raising the little human being. So I get to control. And it's not that we consciously do it. It's just unconscious responses that come out because we're in this whole autopilot stimulated world that we've been living into, and we're just conditioned. We're conditioned ourselves, so we end up, reflecting the same with our kids. But understand that kids deserve respect. They are also just like us, another human being. So let's keep that foundation clear. Truth number 2, kids don't need your threats or bribes. Yes, no one, in fact, kids or adults, likes to be forced to do something that they don't wish to, right? And especially during the conflict moments, all they need is our empathy, our understanding, and not the punishments or the bribes. Everyone wants to feel loved, supported, and heard. But it's just during these conflicts we forget and we get into the conditioned mindset again, because we all get, also parents get triggered when your child is doing something. We get triggered and then we start, just throwing punishments or threats, or we start bribing. If you do this, we would do this. If you finish your homework, we will go to a park. It's like we're conditioning our kids to say, you have to do something in order for you to earn something. There's no such thing as earning, first of all. Now that word just came out, I have to say that there's no such thing as earning. What do you mean by you have to earn the respect, or you have to earn, the iPad, or you have to earn the toy? When we say you have to earn it, that means we're conditioning their mindset, where they think, what, if I want to be, loved, or if I want to have some time with my parents, I will have to do this, right? So it's like conditioning. We don't want to do that. And in fact, when we force, things go other way around. Things actually don't go as we want it to go, but it will rather take like another U-turn, right? So rather than doing the threats or the bribes, let's set boundaries. So for example, let's say we want to go to the park and my 4-year-old is, taking forever to do whatever, or he's having a meltdown, or he just doesn't want to put shoes on. So one response is, which I have always heard, and that response could be like, if you don't put shoes, we can't go to the park, right? So it's like I'm conditioning, I'm threatening it. If you don't put shoes, we can't go to the park. Rather, how can I say the same thing, but watch out for my words? Choose my words consciously. So, in terms of conscious parenting, I would want to say, as soon as you put your shoes, we can go to the park. The faster you put your shoes on, the faster we can leave to go to the park. You see, it shows the urgency to them. In the other sentence, it shows like conditioning. We're conditioning. If you don't do this, you don't get this, right? It's like, it's connected, but at the same time, it's like direct force. Here, you're not forcing someone, rather you're facilitating the environment. And I truly believe it's about facilitating the environment rather than forcing the growth. So that's number 2. Kids don't need threats or bribes. And so watch out for your language, turn around, be more conscious when you are, and I get it. I get it. Sometimes we just have to get things done. So like you have to drop kids off and, the bus is at 8 a.m. The child is not putting their jacket on and you're like, get on, you're going to miss the bus. But rather it can be, I can choose my words appropriately and say the same thing. Because again, reminder, what we think and believe, we manifest. If I'm saying hurry, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, the choice of words are like so forceful. And so that's what I'm going to manifest in my entire day. For example, try one day noticing when you say, I am so late. As soon as you wake up, you say, oh my gosh, I'm so late. Your entire morning is going to just go haywire. It's going to go crazy because one after the another thing is just going to go. I mean, I've personally done this, experimented to it as, by profession. I'm a scientist and I like to experiment every single thing. So whenever I share something, it's because I have experimented, I have journaled it, and I have had, results and data. I collect data. I believe in collecting data. So I have used the bribes and the threats, and now I've been using, the conscious approach, and trust me, they feel loved, supported, and heard. They feel seen the way we choose the words, and we're conveying the same message at the end of the day, right? So that's about it. Number 3, the truth number 3 is kids, or general, we human beings are wired. We're wired for connection. And so if your relationship with your kids or with yourself or with anybody else is damaged, then you really need to work on repairing by connecting over correcting. I truly believe in the repair work. For example, let's say 2 siblings, my older one and my little one, they're fighting. I used to say it and I don't. Not anymore. I have stopped that a while ago. Used to force one child to say sorry to them. So like with my older one, I have done this where I used to say sorry to your dad, or say sorry to your grandma. You just threw this, say sorry. Whenever I used to force him, it never landed. Like I was not able to teach him a lesson that we don't hurt people, right? So because I was focused more on correcting. I was forcing him to correct things. Rather, I needed to choose to connect. And so that's what I mean when I say when the damage is done, we need to work on repairing. Saying sorry is not what repairs. If the sorry doesn't come from the person, from the heart. Sorry doesn't mean anything. That's just a word. It's the word of choice, right? Rather, for example, let's say I'm going for a meeting and I'm genuinely late. The first thing I go is, okay, I've already damaged, right? Somebody's been waiting for me, and I go there and I say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm late. Now, look at the frequency when I say the word, sorry, I'm late. Of course, I'm trying to correct, but the energy that it's pushing out is not like, it'll feel like iffy. So just keep that in, like, just keep that in your mind on one side. Like when I say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm late. Can we carry on? Or can we start? Can we begin? Now, the same sentence or the same thing that I'm trying to say, but consciously I'm choosing my words. So instead, I would rather, if I want to connect, I'm going to say, oh, thank you so much for waiting for me. I really appreciate your support. Can we begin? Or let's start, right? So if you notice, just these two sentences would have like a different frequency. The choice of words matter. And that's why we want to connect over correct. Whenever we try to correct something, the energy it just doesn't align with the connection, because we're wired for connection, but we're trying to correct everything. So it's so important to, again, don't force to correct. So especially with kids, don't force them to correct things. Rather, teach them how to connect. Listen, parents, I know parenting is not easy, but learning from our mistakes and strapping on our rain boots is the best thing we can do. Whether it's about storm of parenthood challenges or it's like legit raining storm outside. So something that has really helped me is investing in my personal growth as a parent and learning about ways to connect with my children. It's like connection has been like an umbrella. So it's so important for us to, choose the right words, to change the energy to frequency. At the end of the day, we're trying to get the same thing done, whether it's, to get them ready on time, whether we get out off the door at the right time and reach for our meetings or our work on time. We all are trying to do our best. Of course, nobody wants to lose. Everybody wants to win and everybody wants to do their best. How can we do it? By respecting each other, by facilitating the environment for growth, and by connecting with each other. So these three are the truths that are parenting truths, but they're actually like, the life truths that we can live by. So I really wanted to share those truths because we all need a reminder at the end of the day that the weather and the storm, it's all temporary. Everything goes by. And so it's about time that we strap our rain boots on and just dance in the rain. That's it for this week's episode of Race to Rise. Be sure to sign up to our email list at risewithmittal.com and join us again next time for more wisdom about life, kids, and everything in between. I am Mittal Patel, wishing you happy raising and rising.